Welcome back to another episode of The Road Chose Me. And today we're up in the mountains and it is absolutely beautiful out here. This is stunning. And that dog looks a lot like a bear. It just scared me. So today I'm going to talk about the importance of winter tyres and why they make so much of a difference compared to all terrains. So if that's something you've ever wondered about, stick around. I'll get into all the details right now. A lot of people, I think, when they drive in the winter, they assume that all season tyres are good enough or that, it's going to see the job through. And from my experience living in the Yukon, driving all over the Yukon and Alaska in the winter, and now here in the mountains of BC, I can tell you there's a night and day difference between all season or all terrain tyres and dedicated winter tyres. So winter tyres, they're made out of a much softer compound, which means at colder temperatures, they don't just freeze and become hard. And yes, when it gets cold enough, I've actually seen tyres be flat on the bottom when you park, past about -44, -46, while you're driving along for the first 10 minutes, it actually is quite bumpy because the tyres are frozen flat on the bottom. So obviously that's not providing a whole lot of grip. You want the softest compound you can have. Winter tyres also have what's called sipes, which are those little stripy things you see in the tread, and they really enhance grip in snow and hard-packed snow and even ice as well. And of course, if you wanted to, if you live somewhere where it gets really icy, you can step up to the next level and go for studded winter tyres. And that is like next level of grip. And I drove in the Yukon, it was quite common. The roads were so icy and so slippery, it was really difficult to even walk across the road without falling over. It was treacherous, but with studded winter tyres, you can drive on that, you can stop, you can go. It makes a big difference. But here's the thing that everyone seems to forget about tyres. I have a big four-wheel drive. This thing's got front and rear diff locks, so I have legitimate four-wheel drive. So if I had all-season tyres, yeah, I probably could drive up here into the mountains. I probably could drive around town on all-season tyres because I have what I call four-wheel go. When I put my foot down, all four tyres will turn and I will go forward. And that's great. But what everyone seems to forget is when you have a four-wheel drive, you don't have four-wheel stop. So all four wheels, if you've only got all-season tyres, all four of them are just going to slide on the snow or the ice. And so in fact, having four-wheel drive can sometimes be a detriment because it means you can get going no problem and you might even get up a good rate of speed. As soon as you put your little toe on the brake pedal, you're going to start sliding and fishtailing if your tyres aren't up to the job. Ask me how I know. Trust me, it's not a nice feeling when a 3-ton four-wheel drive starts squirming and sliding, especially once you start going downhills. And so that's why winter tyres are just so essential, and you really need to have them if you want to come out in the mountains or even if you just live somewhere where it snows a lot. And certainly there is an argument for using all-season tyres or maybe even mud tyres if you're planning on genuinely going off-road in the really deep snow. So I'm talking when the snow is 2, 3, 4 feet deep and you're really trying to churn through, but that's kind of a whole different scenario. You're obviously not near traffic. You're obviously not really concerned about stopping at a red light or any pedestrians or anything like that. But certainly for street use or even for some mild off-roading, when you're talking about snow and ice, dedicated winter tyres are so essential. I can't even imagine why anyone would not have them. And in fact, here in this part of the world in Canada, it's actually the law. You have to have them. So it is the law, you must have dedicated winter tyres for the wintertime. And the police do spot checks around here at the start of the winter and even now in springtime if you're trying to drive over one of the big mountain passes here, where even now on April 9th, it is full winter. It's not nearly winter, it really is winter on April 9th. The police will check at the bottom of the passes and they hand out fines and they'll turn you around if you don't have appropriate snowflake rated tyres, which are what you need for these conditions. So when it comes to the actual tyres that I'm running, these are Yokohama's Ice Guard tyres. And these are their top of the line dedicated winter tyre. And I've been running these all winter here in British Columbia and they've been fantastic. I haven't slid once, lots of confidence in braking, which is where it really matters. And of course, lots of traction as well when I am going uphill, whether I've been in deep snow, whether I've been in hard pack, or even slushy, like when I drove up here today, these tyres have been really great. And here on the Jeep, I'm running them. These are 265/70 17s, and I mounted them. These are the rims that I drove around Africa on, these 17s. So they come in sizes big enough for a Jeep like mine, but they also make them for passenger cars, for smaller SUVs. So this is quite a versatile tyre. It comes in lots of different sizes. And for my money, for me, I will always have a dedicated set of winter tyres. And probably in another week or 3 here, I'll take them off, I'll put them away for the summer, and then next winter they'll come back again. So you don't want to drive on these all year round. It's really going to destroy the tyre quite quickly. Because it is a softer compound, it's designed for cold temperatures. Driving on them in the summertime, that's not what they're made for, and you definitely don't want to do that. But if you live somewhere that gets this amount of snowfall and has a genuine winter, having 2 sets of tyres is the way to go. And of course, having 2 sets of rims is fantastic as well, because then you can just change them out yourself and it's not going to cost you any money. So I hope that information has been helpful, and I hope it gives you a bit more information about why people choose to run dedicated winter tyres and the enormous difference that they make. Certainly, if you live somewhere that's quite snowy, you probably knew most of this already, but if you're someone who's thinking about venturing north for the first time or heading somewhere where it really snows, definitely invest in a set of winter tyres. It's going to keep you on the road rather than sliding off into the ditch like you see so many people do. So if it's been helpful, do hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and as always, I have to give a big thanks to my Patreon supporters who are helping bring these videos to life. And while I roll the credits here, I'll show you guys some footage from my snowboarding. This is from today. Actually, the ski resort is closed now. We had our last day of the season last week. So I actually hiked up today and did a couple of runs. Yes, I'm that mad keen. I love snowboarding so much. It's actually what brought me to Canada all those years ago, and it's why I love this place so much. The mountains here are just incredible and they have me captivated. So that was a bunch of powder snowboarding from today. We got maybe 20 centimeters overnight. What's that, like 8 inches or something? Not a whole lot, but it was enough to freshen it up. And then here's some footage from a week or 2 ago. I've been practicing carving on the days when there isn't powder. I want to entertain myself as well. So I try to do these lay down carves where I'm trying to get my body as close to the snow as I possibly can. Why am I doing that? Mostly just because it's fun and I enjoy being out in the mountains. So as always, thanks again for watching. Stay safe out there and maybe I'll bump into you on the road.